From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe, there stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to stand for justice, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the Comic Relief Crusader. Hey guys, and welcome to another Tuesday of Mirth and Merriment here on Titillating Tuesdays. Enter the Geekosphere. Well, what can I say? So far this week has been somewhat interesting, and thank you for everybody that's dropping in. So far, we got Christian Delorme. Bonjour, Mike from Ottawa. And hail to you, dude. And we got Lenrod. Hail, sir. And we got the one and only Admiral Teague. Hail to you also, good sir. Yeah, wow. Yesterday I actually watched season 2 of Brave New Worlds. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go further into that, but yeah. I don't think I want to comment much on it. And yesterday, I did actually my first kind of short test chat on Rumble, which kind of went for a little bit over half an hour, but just giving it a test and whatnot. And I think that went on not too shabby. Yes, Lenbrod, you are right. Strange nude worms. Yeah, they are. Because I think that's who's writing this series for this production. Oh my god, when you have 20 to 21, sometimes even 22 producers, and they still can't make it right. What can I say? It's just crap. Utter crap. That's all I can say. And for anybody that wants to join in, the link is in the chat right there. And if you want to pop on in because it just makes it more fun for everybody that ends up showing up a little later on anyway. So, yeah, plus, what else? Yesterday, or not yesterday, actually, last week we did our 750th subscriber giveaway, so to which actually I still have to mail off that prize because the week has been rather hectic and I have to get that mailed to the gentleman that won. What was his name again? The Titan, I believe it was. So, and gosh, and then on top of that, like up to 761 subscribers. So, you know what? This is awesome. And I must be doing something right. So, not bad for a guy that started almost 2 years ago on this and just still climbing. And thanks to all of you joining in. You guys are the one that makes it happen. And I honestly did not think that I would get this far. So, and hey, Captain Fandom Nerd, how's it going, dude? Nice to see you here. And we're going to be adding into the stream uh Real Wade Nation Gaming. How's it going, dude?
Good. How are you?
Not too shabby. Nice
So
out.
did you? What did you think of the new Transformers?
Oh
Or did
boy.
you not see it? I
Oh
haven't
no, I
seen it.
saw it. And and also popping in, we got Admiral Teague. How's it going, dude?
Teak sent me.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's like we were just all hanging out.
I know, right?
I know.
Yeah, Rise of the Beasts. I was bored. I was
Okay, was it at least better than the last one they did?
Bumblebee.
No, the one before that. The one where
Oh,
they. I
the
can't think of
last
the last
night.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, uh, just barely. So,
Okay, would you at least
uh,
recommend people go see it at least? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
ah, you know, if you're a fan of Transformers, sure, but I'm gonna say personally, don't expect much. Well, okay, I shouldn't say it like that. I should say
Okay, at least would you have? At least would someone have fun at least? Compared to what most people do nowadays.
I would say it's better than the Bay films. But hey, you know what? That's just my personal opinion. If you like it, you win. And I'm not here to sway anybody's decision in the slightest. I personally just kind of thought it boring a bit because it's the same old, let's get the MacGuffin kind of thing, which I know most movies are kind of like that, but I don't know. I just found a few characters. I don't know, just lacking for some odd reason. Rhinox didn't even really get any dialogue in. Cheetor had like maybe one or two lines. Um, like you really didn't get to see much of them in robot mode, except maybe for Optimus Primal. Mostly. And it just irked me that Optimus kept on calling Bumblebee B, which just didn't seem to fit. But again, that's just my opinion. So, Teague, how's it going, bud?
Oh my God, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Not too shabby.
Uh, I was just on with Captain Fandom Nerd.
Did you?
Yeah, it was great. He's a great guy. Captain Fandom Nerd, a great host and a true dude.
Awesome. Yes, he
Yes.
is. And he popped out.
He probably had tech problems.
Yeah, probably. And we'll just see if he pops back in, which he is right now.
I Star
and
Trek Discovered myself.
you deleted
I
yourself.
accidentally held my phaser backwards. Hello, Carla Burton, who will be listening at some point today or tonight.
Yes, exactly. That's right. And Carla Burton popped in too. So
many
she'll have to
charitable
catch you later.
tweets.
That's right.
So many sweet and nice charitable tweets. What a nice lady.
I
What a
know
nice
she
pal.
is too, isn't she? And we also got joining in Pop Culture Republic with a new logo. It seems like. How's it going, dude?
Yes. Hello. It's going well.
Ooh,
How's everything going?
Not too shabby. Where did
Hey
you
there,
get the fancy
PCR.
new? Where did you get the fancy new logo?
Oh, I was just playing around with logos and stuff, thinking about it's probably about time to get serious with my YouTube channel after like a year and a half or something.
Nice.
I was like,
Awesome,
yeah, I should do something with it.
It looks quite cultured.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. And what am I going to be sharing here? If this
I just
thing
wanted to
actually
pop
pops
in
up.
and say hi. I'll let you go. I'll move out. But anyhow.
Oh no, you can stick around if you
No,
want.
you're good. I got other stuff, but I just wanted to say hi. But anyhow, thank you, Crusader.
Hey, not a problem, dude. Come
Great
back
to
in
see you
anytime
again,
want.
Wade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see you, Teague. See you, Chris.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
I can't even say it correctly. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
No problem. Well, as we do every week, we get to the stupid news of the week, and I just thought this was kind of funny. So, this guy, Talib, uh, on planes, I wear 2 masks plus goggles plus N95 when there's a crowd. Now, dude, I think the
Wow.
panic is
It's
over.
called mesothelioma, right? Isn't it what is it called? Fear of germs. It's called Howard
Yeah.
Hughes-itis.
Yeah.
Okay? It's called the aviator complex.
Uh,
That's what it's. Sorry, it's called the
germaphobe.
aviator complex. We saw Leonardo DiCaprio in a movie about it. It's a
Yep.
very terrible thing. I know personally that when I have someone hand me a pen, I like them to take a clean Kleenex out of the box in front of me and
Yep.
pick up the pen with that Kleenex so that I can then grasp the other side of the Kleenex, use that Kleenex to dip the pen in a sterilizing solution, and then wipe it off with another Kleenex of my choosing while I have people in filter masks change the garbage every 8 minutes.
Oh, there we go.
But that's me.
You know,
How many cans of Lysol do you have?
I actually, what I do is I have a shower head with a bar on it, and I kick it, and it shoots a fine mist of Lysol at me. I call it the Hobo Decon chamber, and I'm not ashamed to use it.
There we go. And
You know,
hail
I
Disney
was-
Sheepherder.
I
How's it
was
going?
just
Well,
at
busy
my
sheepherder.
Yeah.
I was just at my local grocery store not 30 minutes ago, and I saw somebody walking around with one of those respirator style masks,
Oh,
like the
really?
kind you have 2 big honking filters on the side of.
Yes.
And saying this here, I just thought of that. I was like, what a crazy coincidence.
I did have to take out my mask for the first time since there was a time where I did want to wear it on the subway. And I'll admit that it's still appealing to wear
Right.
it on the subway during
Yes.
rush hour.
Yeah.
And if anyone's been to
Yeah.
New York City, and if you haven't been to New York City, please don't judge me until you have. I walked a mile in my shoes. And I'm not instructing anyone or giving any advice. I'm just saying, like, it actually still there was nothing that really bothered me about the people on the subway wearing masks. When we were crushed in there like sardines, chest to chest to chest.
Yes.
Right.
At that moment, I was like, maybe only on the subway, this is something that isn't the worst thing. Now you can say whatever else you want, and I might be wrong, but that's how I felt. And like a creeping insecurity came in, and when we were allowed to take off the masks, it took a while to be able to do it, and now I can. So I understand being like insecure about not wearing the mask, but the only time I had to put it back on was when we went Mars last week.
Right.
And that
Mhm.
actually did have soot and garbage on it when I came, like right away.
Oh,
So I was-
wow.
I walked like a quarter mile to
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that's
this thing.
understandable. I mean, there are some situations still that are still kind of understandable.
When I
Yeah.
looked out of my window and I was like, "Wow, all those TOS Star Trek planets are now justified because the sky is monochrome orange."
It is. It seems like
Yeah.
every one of them are.
It's every single planet now on old Star Trek is fine. I've seen it in real life. Yeah, you can have a one-tone orange sky with no clouds.
Yeah, there you go. Everything looks like Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
But yeah, that mask was fucked up when I bought it back. Like it was a paper mask, you know, like those are supposedly the best ones. You wear them for a certain amount of time and toss them. And
Right.
yeah, it had actual shit on the outside of it. But I mean,
Oh, wow.
but
Wow,
also
that's crazy.
my eyes burned. And if anyone knows what AQI is, the air quality index.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, around this time of year, it goes from like say 30 to 60. And like at 50, like some people get a stuffy nose, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was 683.
Ooh.
Oh, dear God.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And when I went outside, like my eyes immediately were burning and I was wearing a mask and it was fucked up right after.
insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, I should have ordered a pizza rather than
Yeah.
go out in this.
Exactly. All the dust and whatnot would be trapped in the grease of the pizza.
That's true. But the weirdest thing
Yummy.
was I went to the supermarket figuring like, I was like, this could last a couple of days and get worse. I better get like some stuff that I need. Right. So
Right.
as I'm sitting there with my 2 cases of beer and a bag of potato chips at the supermarket, ready to be locked away in my house for like 2 days, I'm trying to eat some pizza and I realized that everything tastes like a fucking campfire.
Yum! You can taste the creosol.
No, but like when people would open the door and walk in, and like when they walked by your table, you could smell them. They were a walking emitter of the campfire smell. Like as soon as it got into your clothes, you were emitting it.
Oh, there
Yep.
you go.
And by the way, it got that bad in 100 minutes. It went from dark to Mars, and it stayed that way till like twilight.
Yeah. Ledrod says I was forced to wear a mask at the VGM Con, a place where people were playing wind instruments, including myself. Freaking clown world.
Oh yes.
You couldn't put a piece of cotton inside that flute. Filter the air. You know what?
I love the campfire smell, he says.
I will say this. You know what's good is I just waved some bread around outside the window and I ate it, and I didn't have to make toast.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. So it's a win-win.
The one thing that I've seen that probably does help everybody out since COVID that isn't insulting to me is people put those portable HEPA filters everywhere now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Hay fever season, everybody wins, and it's not. I'm not the one paying for it, so who cares?
No, there you go. Yeah. Right. Again, it's a win-win. So.
It seems like that honestly, I'm a capitalist. There's a capitalistic opportunity. I'm going to make something that makes the air a little less foul in a given place. We may be there. We may be there now.
I think so. And next, for I don't know if this would actually count as stupid news, but
is it from the Post? We get to read the joyful New York Post. By the way, you broke me.
You know what? It should be. It should be part of the New York Post. But this has to do with lots of motherly love out there.
By the way, this show has broken me from my subscription to the New York Times. I no longer subscribe. I canceled it 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Fuck this bullshit."
Oh,
there you go.
Story.
Like, fuck them.
Yes, and from the viral feed, Elizabeth Hurley stars in a new erotic thriller that was directed by her 21-year-old son.
Ew.
Jeez Louise. Like, really?
She raised this idiot. I mean,
yeah.
Way to go, Woomer. So, is this the one that everyone thinks is Matthew Perry's son? So that would explain a lot.
Probably. But, okay. On one hand, Elizabeth Hurley is quite the strikingly beautiful woman. But to have her 21-year-old son direct an erotic thriller with his mom?
That's wrong on so many levels.
That is so wrong.
I got to go for the devil's advocate here. Not that I approve of this, but I just will say there's an analogous situation. Anybody here a fan of a movie called Excalibur?
The old one from 1981?
Yes.
Yes, that was an awesome movie, I thought.
It was also the last movie that Bruce Wayne saw with his parents, if you saw that Batman movie. But the point is this. E. Grain, who has the graphic sex scene with an armored vision of her husband, who is actually Uther Pendragon, as played by Gabriel Byrne, and Corin Redmond, who's like one of the Redmonds. Redfield. What's the acting name? Natasha Richardson's sister. Lynn Redgrave.
Yes.
Corin Redgrave is the other actor. So the director of that, John Borman, his daughter plays a Grain, and he directs that. And it's not hardcore. There's no penetration, but she's as naked as could be, and she's loving getting reamed. And we until she's grossed out by it later. But she's loving getting reamed and like it's like flashing back and forth. It had to be filmed twice because I think we see the Duke and we see Uther at different times. We see what's truly happening, and then we see a Grain vision is like the only thing to call it.
I think so.
I don't know.
Maybe he only directed the not so erotic scenes. Hopefully, I read the article. Apparently not. He directed everything.
There's a second unit director, guy. Did someone tell this dude there's a second unit director?
Apparently not, I guess.
I guess if it's lightly teasingly erotic, maybe, I don't know. Like if this movie goes beyond, say, burlesque, then it's insane.
Well, then apparently things get really hot and steamy, apparently, according to the article that I read. I think it was from the UK. And Yeah. So I mean, isn't this almost borderline incest? Almost. I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
I don't know either. I'm just starting
Like
to feel like more and more like a
Oedipus
colossal
complex?
prude.
Probably.
Oedipus complex? Is that the
Yeah.
name of it? I'm
Yeah.
gonna call it
Because-
Oedipal complex.
Because you know what? Even portraying this article, I feel dirty.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just
But-
thinking about I'm just thinking about the idea of directing my own mother in an erotic thriller. Like, okay, mom,
Oh,
Yeah, no, I can't.
even if
That's
she was still
awful. No.
50, even at that point,
Yeah, no.
no.
So there you go. There's how twisted Hollywood can get on top of that.
Hard
So,
pass on that one. I
yeah,
bet you the New
yeah.
York Times reviews that movie positively.
Oh, probably. Rotten Tomatoes is probably going to give it a 99%. So while the fan rating is probably going to be like, I'm going to say
The sequel's already been
10.
announced. That's
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
level of success. That's the new failure signal. Is the sequel's already been announced?
It's in the can. So
Although, did we just get air dates for season 2 of Velma though? Like that threat's happening.
oh no.
yeah, no, I don't think we did yet, but I don't want to know either way.
I
So
wouldn't know.
I don't think there's going to be enough gawking at your train wreck to sustain it this time. I think you're going to
Yeah.
take the black eye you should have got that you were getting last time until you got around how stupid your show was.
pretty much, yeah. Lenrod also says either that or he's already so thoroughly scarred from the weird, freaky things they do in Hollywood that nothing phases him anymore.
Hollywood is
Probably.
weird.
Probably.
Hollywood is weird.
It
Yeah.
is. It is so weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Ezra Miller.
Yep. I give you Corey Feldman. So
And you know what?
Yeah. That's
Corey
true.
Feldman, though, doesn't have a criminal record.
no, that's true. That's
He
true.
doesn't have the street cred that Ezra Miller has.
Yeah, exactly. He has to up his game.
I would like,
Although
not-
I will give him kudos to speaking out about what's been going on in Hollywood. Like
I
a few
was
years
about
ago.
to say he kind of
Exactly.
tanked his career by speaking out about some stuff.
Yep. And that music album didn't exactly help either. So
Yeah.
I'll just say that much. Yeah.
I think maybe the album was okay for a period 20 years earlier, right? He was just like he missed his window on that one.
Yeah. By a lot.
It was a good record for 1989, but it came out in like 2009.
Yeah, exactly. Set your alarm, Corey. You're late.
You know what? The fact that I said it was a good record should give you an idea how old that thing. Well, it should have been on vinyl.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
I
I
can
there
see-
the
I can
80s
see-
called.
I can see like Grandmaster. I'm sorry, not. I can see Jam Master Jay like scratching that record.
Oh God, yeah.
The Corey Feldman album. Who's the other guy from? What's his name? Crispin Glover, as far as music.
No, exactly.
Mr. Feldman.
Hail, Foggy Brains. Nice to see you here. I'm hoping not to get canceled, but time to speak out. Yeah, right on, dude.
Yeah.
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 He just started his channel a few years ago, the classic leftist. So I will try to find that link and go check him out. And
Cool.
If you're a classic leftist, maybe that means you're not an extremist. I don't know.
that's right. No, he is not. He's totally speaking out against stuff that's going on the far right and the far left. So no
That's
holds
cool.
bars.
So the classic leftist might be better called the fierce independently moderate.
I suppose you could say that. Yeah.
Just doesn't have the
Cent-
ring to it.
More centrist, I suppose you could say.
I think
Probably
we
at
all,
that point.
we all might need to start thinking in a more centrist and unified manner if we're going to go forward. But who knows?
I
Yeah, that would be
I think
what
so.
classical
We do not give
liberalism.
political advice.
Yeah,
We don't-
exactly.
Yeah.
If you need us to tell you how to think, you're really in trouble. I'm a Star Trek pundit. Full disclosure here, I'm just a Star Trek pundit, and not even distinguished in that. Really, aside from being known as the #1 thief of joy and the biggest enemy of Kurt's Pit Track, what do I have?
There you go. Yeah, I love the that idea for a title. Exactly. That's why I told you to use it. Use it, dude. So, but who here loves Kevin Smith? Because I just found this article going on right now today.
Oh, no. Kim, not in
Yes,
some
Kevin Smith
time.
is having his opinion again.
Kevin Smith can be a
So-
gift. He looks disturbing. He's a case against weight loss.
Yeah, true.
It looks like Gollum with a beard.
My precious.
Kevin
So-
Smith
And I
has an
was
opinion.
told
Everybody
to
take
make
cover.
the mechanical spider fight Superman. Yeah.
But here in this recent article from Bounding into Comics, Kevin Smith reacts to CGI cameos of Christopher Reeve and George Reeves in The Flash. It didn't feel like an insult. That felt like an homage. So I don't know if any of you have seen The Flash yet.
Chill. I've seen the fucking outtake. I have seen the YouTube footage. You know what? I want to be the first to say. Well, I didn't think it was patronizing to have Helen Slater's Supergirl there, and I didn't think it was irrelevant. I felt homage.
Right.
Author. When I saw Supergirl Helen Slater fly out of the clouds, I stood up there in the theater and shouted, author, forgetting myself, thinking I was at a Broadway play, because I'm so used. It was like it made Hamilton look like not just like an off-Broadway production.
Yep.
Okay.
The
Well-
vagina monologues.
I haven't seen it
yes,
myself.
of
I've
course.
seen the screen grabs of those particular scenes, and I didn't particularly care for it myself.
And they
Yeah,
look
I
like
know.
effort, but I had a chance to see them. I don't know, like blown up on the big screen. Is it that much worse? But like it's just a flash for a moment. Like the Flash movie, the cameos, they're a flash too.
Yeah.
Apparently, the CGI is like really bad in this movie. So unfortunately,
But
but
it also comes out to $1.20 per minute of Batman.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Kevin Smith, who directed 3 episodes of CW's The Flash, well, there you go. Because I haven't seen it since like season 6. That's how bad it's getting. Recently shared his thoughts on the various cameos in recently released theatrical The Flash, starring they, them, I guess, because there's 2 of them, Ezra Miller. So,
There are two.
remember,
What a way to save your movie. Put twice as much unpopular actor in there.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I mentioned
right.
CW.
It's
that's a
Freaky
winner right
Friday
there.
was a better movie, but we're going to take that plot.
yeah.
You know, everybody's going Freaky Friday crazy. I didn't realize it was this amazing testament to modern filmmaking, but we had a Strange New Worlds episode that was Freaky Friday,
Yep.
and now this.
Yep. So Smith detailed to the Rolling Stone that the cameos did not bother him at all. No, of course not. Why would it? He shared, I thought it was really nice, a really nice homage to the past. It didn't feel like an insult. It felt like an homage. So Smith went on to address critics of the cameos. Some people are like, yeah, but they're not alive to say yes or no. And, you know, I didn't know any actor who would be like, don't use my image when I'm dead.
Now, this is the man who turned off comments in the middle of his live cast justifying his show.
Exactly, with He-Man. Yep.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep, that's right.
So you can expect him to tact towards saying something that everyone can get behind on this one too. Well, if the fans don't like it, they can't be wrong about their own feelings. I would hope he's smart enough to say that.
Yep. Well, you would think so. Like, you don't go into business to try to be shy, right? You want to be seen. He then crassly gave permission to use his image or likeness. And look, I'll give the world permission right now when I'm effing dead, because I can't say that on YouTube. You can literally do anything to my image or to Silent Bob in a movie. Well, I don't know if you can speak for Silent Bob, but just speak for yourself. How about that? You know, because at this point, if you're speaking for Silent Bob, you're basically instantly saying, I'm going to speak for anyone I feel like it. No, you can't.
Right?
only
You can
speak
use
for
Ben
yourself.
Affleck too. He's in Mallrats.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Whatever
Anything
happened
you
to
want.
Joey Lauren Adams?
You can stick me in a effing porn, dude. Like,
No, seriously, what happened to Joey Lauren Adams?
Porn.
Like what happened to her?
Yeah, I don't know. So,
Right? She's in Mallrats. She's in Meet
Yep.
Joe Black, and then just
Lenrod, he looks sickly. He does.
he
dude.
does. He does.
really
He does.
Certainly does.
he
Yep.
took it too far. Whatever. Like weight loss, probably a good thing, But then there's another thing called like ideal body mass and losing it too fast and maybe going too far.
Mhm.
That's right.
And maybe getting thin could be an addiction too. And, Lord knows we all struggle to maintain a healthy body mass, and it's not the easiest thing to do, So, and there's nothing worse than fucking having to look at the fucking case of fridges and look at the Diet Coke and be like, yeah, like that's something I got to think about. It's like shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Kevin Smith, yeah, like he's like an egg white sniffing vegan.
Yep. And Froggy Bird says, yeah, let's not forget Ezra Miller, child groomer, so I'll be a pirate. Yep, that's right. And link is in the chat there if you want to pop on in, Froggy Brains. I'd love to have you.
That honestly, with Ezra Miller, like it's pretty fair. Like not only is the allegation out there, but he was like spiking the football on the idea it was wrong. So
yep, exactly.
What a weird fucking guy.
I know.
I'm gonna bother seeing his movie. Them are and I apologize. I guess I just misgendered they them Miller. And it's wrong.
No, technically there are two in the movie, so you really didn't.
Right. And for the most part, like, is only ever caught like trying to mess with chicks. Like, I don't know what they're doing. I guess he's David Lee Roth said, I see myself as a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
That's one way of putting it.
That makes it perfectly all right then, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
except that David Lee Roth is cool.
Exactly.
David Lee Roth has talent.
That's right.
David Lee Roth wrote some of the best songs of our generation with Eddie Van Halen.
And Ezra Miller just looks like a slime bag. So
Eddie Van Halen puked up better, more talented stuff than Ezra Miller.
Oh God, yeah. Smith concluded.
Have to agree, yeah.
Yep. Smith concluded, I'll be happy to be relevant even though I'm not around anymore. I worked 30 years to get my name.
You're never relevant, bro.
And keep my name on some of the public's mind. If somebody's going to do it for me for free after my death, oh, please do it by all means.
Shut the fuck up, you goddamn doormat. No, not you, him.
This really assumes anybody wants to use his likeness at all after he's dead or even while he's still alive.
I think he's using himself as an example to further the agenda of a bunch of lawyers from people who represent the legacies of dead people. And we'll finally get our James Dean, Marilyn Monroe love story that we could all love. And it'll be available in like several different ratings because you can render that shit quick.
Yep. That's right.
It's going to be horrible. I mean, this is a horrible, horrible thought that we're going to move into a point where every leading man is just going to be composite Harrison Ford.
Yeah, exactly.
It exists. We know it was cut from Book of Boba Fett.
It started with those commercials over 20 years ago, dancing with dead celebrities and stuff like that.
Started with Ally McBeal and that stupid dancing baby. And now Harrison Ford has struck another blow. Not only has he legitimized that by marrying Ally McBeal, isn't it weird that he marries single female lawyer, the woman who gets the Earth invaded, but he's like this great spaceman?
Go figure.
Right? Like by proxy, like Ally McBeal is the reason that the aliens from Omicron Perseo 8 come here.
Yeah. That's right. Damn him. Damn her. Whatever. Let's see. Yeah, so I read a tweet. Super Vegan Morals. He tweeted out. Yeah,
is that what it is? Is that how he got thin? Veganism?
Probably.
He looks like it. He looks really terrible. He still has a food. As far as I'm concerned, he still has a weight problem and a food problem.
Yeah. So Christopher Reeve died in 2004, which was a sad day for a lot of people, to puppet his course using CGI for your awful film starring an awful person is sick. I'll never watch another film this company puts out again. Ever. Disgusting. I wonder how his family feels. Yeah.
You know what? We have fallen as a society pretty far in the 19 years since we lost Christopher Reeve, because at that point, he was known to be really good friends with the person who was running for president. And when he died, that person didn't go out there and say, it wasn't, sepsis that killed our Superman, but the American health. Like, he just quietly said that he was sad his friend was dead and went on. But and now we've taken this maudlin stick figure of him and put it out there. And I feel bad for the people whose first glimpse of him is either Superman 5 or this.
Yeah, exactly. And hail Tim the Enchanter. That's here in the
Hail
chat too.
Tim the Enchanter. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, I think there was something with Christopher Reeve years ago that mentioned that he was pretty much done with the Superman movies, I think, and that he really didn't want to be in them anymore.
And his next of kin has since passed because Dana Reeve passed away like 4 years ago.
Yeah,
that's right.
Which would mean that this is just his kid's decision. And I guess it's up to them. I mean, maybe Hollywood can sell things, right? Like, can you imagine being Christopher Reeve's kid and like you have an average life because you're not an actor and you're not Superman, and even he didn't have like he got typecast really fast when typecasting was a bad thing. Christopher Reeve suffered for playing Superman, in my opinion.
Yeah,
his career suffered.
I think so, because
he's not go ahead.
Oh, I can't really think of too many movies he's done I can think of offhand besides Superman.
He was making a comeback as a much more serious actor, and he's in Remains of the Day, and then the accident happens. And I'm like, when we saw him in Remains of the Day, and we see him again at the end of the movie, they tease him in the middle of the movie, and he ends up buying the manor at the end. He still looks like our Superman, but he's a good enough actor to come off as someone else. And I was like, looking forward to seeing more of him in those kind of roles. Maybe as a Bond villain, you know what I mean? Like and then he got hurt. It was so sad.
He has the acting chops, or had the acting chops. I've seen him in some other movies that were pretty good.
He was also really good friends with, I think, someone who's former president of Canada, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
How many terms for Wayne Gretzky as president of Canada? 6?
5 years for a term.
Right. Every time he won a Lady Byng trophy, he served as prime minister that year.
I don't think Wayne Gretzky was ever prime minister, though.
Wait.
So
I've been living all these years under a misconception.
Yes. You're probably thinking of Trudeau.
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's always nice to see a fellow Cuban do well. No, honestly, I think if you're the greatest athlete from Canada, why not just pull an idiocracy? Do you think that Wayne Gretzky would do worse? He has how many goals? Like 1,100 goals.
You know what? I think he'd probably do way better. So
I say the great one for prime minister.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else? So later in the interview, Smith shared how desperate he is to be in these superhero films. Well, nobody wants it.
Yeah, well, you know what? We already knew that one, bro. You know what? I think we should all do is always refer to him as Men in Black cameo actor Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
because that would just gall him. This is the guy from Men in Black, right? The coroner's assistant.
Yeah.
I remember that guy. Yeah, that was a good movie. What's he been up to in the last 28 years?
Clerks 5 or something? I don't know. That's about it. I think.
Clerks. What is this Clerks?
Stay relevant.
Yeah. Clerks is. You know what? I've never seen a Clerks film anyway. I really, honestly, God, haven't.
I think I've seen the first one, and
turned me off to conversations about comic books with that show.
Yeah.
But
he goes on to say, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. It'd be even better if they put me and the effing things. That'd be good for my brand. So that's the only thing he's thinking about. But no, it wouldn't be good for anybody else's brand.
Soy Milk by Kevin Smith. I mean, look at this man.
I mean, what? In every scene in a superhero movie, he's gonna be like, I don't know, panicking gentleman number 6 in the background.
I know what he wants. I think I know what he wants. You know what he wants? He wants Mad Scientist. He wants to be like the Zola of a Captain America type movie. Because that's really like, what else can you do with him? We're not making any more Lord of the Rings movies with Gollum.
Or he wants to be the comic relief, like, oh goodness, my mind just went blank. I was thinking of the actor from the Superman. What was it? Superman 4.
Well, you talking about the one-off Superman guy, the Kate Bosworth Superman movie? with Kevin Spacey.
Oh, I'll have
I
to look it
forget
up.
that guy's name.
Yeah, because
Brandon
he
Brewer.
something like that. He was on a couple of the CW episodes of what was it, Legends of Tomorrow or something like that, as the Atom or whatever it was. Yeah, I know exactly.
And
what
he's
guy
in
you're
Zack
talking
and
about.
Miri make a porno.
God, I hope not. And
He's not in the
And-
porno. He's at the high school reunion. He's like the cool kid from their high school.
something like that. Yeah, so he continued to say, "Oh my God." After we saw the Flash, Jason Mewes and I started lamenting, like, why don't they ever hire us just to be the people that get punched by Batman in the movie? Like, we literally know the guy that plays Batman. How can we hook that up?
Well, I mean, who can't say that at this point? There's like 11 Batman in fucking Flash.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I know a guy
Yeah.
who plays Batman too. He also delivers pizza.
Yeah.
All right. I'm thinking of Superman 3 with Richard Pryor in it.
Oh,
Okay.
That's the first thing that came to mind when we're looking at this with Kevin Smith wanting to be more involved in these movies.
I honestly think the only role for him is mad scientist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
mad scientist.
I would be happy to see him be killed in like a throwaway scene, like the kid from A Christmas Story gets killed by Green Goblin. He's the guy who says we need to take it back to formula. Is actually the shoot your eye out kid.
Yeah, they should have
Yeah.
put him in like one of the Schumacher movies of Batman there as one of the villains because they were all crappy.
I never
So,
thought I'd be saying that there's a lot of Batman movies worse than Batman and Robin, but I'm saying it.
Yeah.
When you have a Batman movie so bad that George Clooney comes out and essentially apologizes for it. So yeah.
Yeah.
The Batman
Oh,
movie with a
God.
commercial built into it. It's such a thing of the 20th century.
Oh,
There's an
jeez.
American Express commercial built
Yeah.
into the fucking movie.
God, I know, right?
Yes.
It's my back card. So
I don't leave home without it.
oh my God.
Oh,
Anyway, and Jason's
Yeah.
always like, I think, oh jeez, I think they think we're like too proud, and we're not. If somebody was like, you want to be in the movie where the X-Men punch you in the face, I'd be like, done and done, he said. Jeez. This guy just doesn't
Is
stop.
he-
He's just
he's lobbying to be like one of the Joker's henchmen, is basically what he's saying. Like, have me and Silent Bob in world as
probably,
two toadies for the Penguin or something.
maybe,
Two
maybe.
little bit parts.
Can you smell the desperation?
Yes. Desperation is palatable. You could cut it with a knife.
Like, my God, you're just not stopping. Just stop. Just stop.
Nobody
You-
likes you anymore, you know? Like, you had
No.
some goodwill and you just took a flamethrower to it for years.
Especially after He-Man.
And this is not
Especially
the-
after He-Man.
Yeah.
This is not the way to fix what you did wrong. This
No,
is
it
not the
isn't.
way out. Like, I think the first thing you need to do is say, I was wrong to get so angry at Clownfish TV.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
step one.
And later, Ledrod, glad that you were here, man. So
Tim the Enchanter is here with a question
that's right. And Tim the Enchanter
or
says,
an
"Quest for-
assertion.
Yeah, Quest for Peace was a bad movie, but I saw a bunch of deleted scenes from it. It would have been so much worse than it was if it was possible."
Yeah.
Okay, so they,
Yeah.
they minimized the damage there. They realized they'd gone a movie too far, and they're like, "Well, let's try to preserve our franchise to a degree." And
Yeah,
I just want to say this: you know what, Joel Schumacher? You want to talk about a worse Batman movie than that? Is BVS?
Oh,
God.
yes.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you know what? I just want to point this one thing out.
Okay.
Like, the idea of putting Metropolis and Gotham within proximity of each other is actually a decent idea to facilitate the story. But the problem was we couldn't tell who was where. Now I
No, you
ask
couldn't.
you. Now I ask you: do Gotham and Metropolis really look that much alike?
They shouldn't.
And do
No,
we
they
not have
shouldn't.
And how long is the cinematic history of Gotham? 90 years. Batman
yeah.
1940.
About that.
Batman 1943 is L.A. right? So Batman 1948 is the first time we see Gotham. And it has that is a Poverty Row movie, but it's got a look to it. The city. It has a look. And by the way, if your rule is you have to read all the lore to assess something, 20,000 Batman comic books. No one is qualified. There's a 95-year-old guy somewhere who can talk about this, and that's it. But you know what? There's a rich cinematic history of both cities. We know that Metropolis is very clean, very modern, looks like New York. We know that Gotham is very grim, very dirty, looks like Detroit. They didn't do anything with that.
Or even Chicago.
No.
So.
Chicago, it's Detroit.
I'm kidding.
It's Detroit.
Yeah.
Chicago, Detroit.
Yeah, it's Detroit.
Oh, actually, it is Detroit. Sorry, that's the actual real name of the fucking city.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Sci-Fi Nation is like, fuck you guys. I have to live here.
Yeah. Real wondering. God, I'm just gonna say gaming clips because I'm gonna get a tongue twister.
I don't know. Is Helen Slater my Supergirl or is it
Super
Melissa
Skunk,
Benoist?
Not my Supergirl. You are right, dude.
I guess Helen Slater's my Supergirl, but she's in the movie.
She is. She is. She's my Supergirl.
She's also the legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah.
We can be invincible, Comic Relief Crusader.
No.
If we stand up and face the enemy.
No.
So
we can't afford to be innocent. Sorry.
Exactly.
I got a little lost there in the legend of Billie. Yeah, people, sit back for a minute. Let me tell you a little bit about the legend of Billie Jean.
Oh God! No,
she kind of dressed a bit like a dude, but pulled it off in a more feminine way than Ruby Rose.
Yeah, and better than Ezra Miller. So based on these responses,
you look like a lady.
So based on these responses, it's not hard to see Smith as a huge narcissist. No, really.
No.
It explains
Not at
why.
all.
No, it explains why he would give permission to people he does not know to use his image and likeness in all kinds of filthy manners in order to stay relevant or to have him stay in the public's mind. We don't want him in the public's mind. So, Pathology Today notes narcissism encompasses a hunger for appreciation or admiration, a desire to be the center of attention, and the expectation of special treatment reflecting perceived higher status.
And also a perception of like when do you become an artist and when do you become an upload, because the writers are on strike right now over this. And the idea that you'd use Chat GPT to write Star Trek. By the way, I tried it wrote me exactly Star Trek Discovery. I simply said, assuming that Starfleet is an evil matriarchy, and a couple of other things, and they were just like, the first thing it did was warn me not to try to do the show because it wouldn't be Star Trek, I swear.
And yet it was modern Trek.
It is, yeah.
But the outlet.
I'm sorry, I just meant to say, like, why is it okay to replace an actor with an upload, right?
Yeah.
When they're saying that a writer is an artist who shouldn't be replaced with an upload, and if we're going to replace an artist with an upload, if it's an African American artist, does the coder need to be African American, like the way we do it writing? Right?
Oh,
I mean,
we should. Yeah.
What happens if we start to make commonality between these two sets of demands? Things start to look really weird, don't they?
They do.
I'm not advocating for anything or anyone. I'm just saying, like, apply what we've heard. I'm not a legal expert. No, we're not giving legal advice, but what we've heard about the screenwriters, right, and the Writers Guild and their demands about AI, and what just happened to poor Christopher Reeve, who's never anything but cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to call out his kid, because honestly, if Christopher Reeve's my dad and some Hollywood guy shows up with a bag of money, he's like, people will see your father take flight and avenge injustice once more, I might be like, you know what? I'll take this $100,000 for the old man. I mean, probably.
I do have to say that at least Melissa Bonet in the CW show looked right.
I think it's Melissa Benoist.
Benoist, whatever.
You know why I think that? Honestly,
she did look the part.
I
went
to see a filming of Colbert, and they introduced her as Melissa Benoist. And when and get this, when she came out, he said, "Well, Stephen Colbert, whatever else he is, he likes comic books and he's a geek, right?" Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't care for him, but like whatever, he kind of like had a freshness state come and go real fast, and at one point, He was
Mhm.
okay, like a lot of other people. And so I lived in New York. Tickets are free. I just went on the waiting list, and I went to see. It's like almost like seeing a Broadway show and watching a TV production being made is interesting.
Mhm.
And she was the guest, and he said, "Well, congratulations! Now forever, people are going to associate you with one of the most beloved characters in popular fiction, Supergirl, and to a lot
Yeah.
of people, you'll always be Supergirl." She freaked out. She freaked out. She had a meltdown, and she said, "People better not."
What?
She said, "People better not come up to me and say hi, Supergirl, and I won't sign autographs for that. And I'm a real person."
Wow.
And when I watched the episode that night, they had
Yeah.
refilmed her interview later, and it's just like, "So, hi, your name's Melissa." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm Melissa." And she's like, "So, I used to be on Glee." He's like, "Yeah, used to be on Glee."
Dang.
And now you're going to be on the CW. Yeah, I'm on a new show in the CW. And then like they cut away from her, and it's just him like hostage. It's like, Melissa's new show is called Supergirl, and we'll be on. And like they couldn't stitch it back together. They couldn't make
Dang.
anything out of it.
Wow.
And
Oh,
she
that's
must.
bad.
And I think she was
I've
maybe
seen something
steaming
about that
anger.
clip. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I was there, and then I watched the show. It was two different
Wow.
interviews, and I'm going to say something else too. I don't know if she was willing to cooperate with the re-interview because there was smoke coming out of her asshole. She was so angry,
Oh,
which
nice.
is a New York expression.
Wow.
And now we got Robo Disney on. Hail to you, sir.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, and Foggy Brain says the way how advanced Unreal Engine looks so real in 10 years, you won't need human actors anymore. You can just realign dead
Realive.
ones for the
I
roles.
love that. I love
Realive,
that.
yeah.
Thank you. I'm stealing that.
There you go. That is good. Yeah, you can realize the dead ones. I like
By the
that.
way,
You know, it makes me
also-
think about a old Ford commercial from, I don't know, 15 years or so ago that had Steve McQueen in it. It looked so realistic. People were freaking out,
I
wondering
remember
if
that.
Steve McQueen was alive.
I think they just used scenes from Bullet and put them into like
Yeah.
like a new Dodge of the same name.
Yeah.
Right? They put him in a new Dodge Charger instead of a classic Dodge Charger.
Mhm.
And it worked. But I mean, he was already in that environment, right? Rotoscoping's a thing. I don't know how they pulled that one off, but
I
you
don't
know what? I think we've gotten to Jurassic Park in the uncanny valley of Hollywood people, right? I mean, they're so caught up in the fact that that they're not stopping to think whether or not they should.
Exactly.
And you know what? CGI ghosts find a way.
Yeah. Disney, what's your take so far? I think you're muted.
You may be muted, my friend.
Okay.
He looks like he's homing in on the unmute there. He's eliminating the reasons he might be
Yeah.
muted. By the way,
Uh-oh.
that might not be your
Yeah,
fault.
back out.
It might not be his fault, and he could come back. Definitely think about coming back because I've seen this
Yeah.
happening all over StreamYard's last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
it's really
StreamYard's
bad.
thing.
Let's see. So, before it comes back, the outlet adds narcissism is characterized by the grandiose sense of self-importance, a lack of empathy for others, a need for excessive admiration, and the belief that one is unique and deserving of special treatment. Well, there you
Wow,
go.
that fits
That's
somebody
Kevin
to a
Smith.
T.
Exactly. Doesn't
Wait,
it?
he said that about other people. Let's just drink that in for that's fucking rich.
Wow.
Yep.
That is fucking rich. We have our society's designated sociopathic narcissist here calling out sociopathic narcissism in a narcissistic and sociopathic passive aggressive way.
Yep.
Can we please bring some cadaver sniffing dogs to this man's property just in case?
I think we
It's
do.
in Red
Yeah.
Bank, New Jersey. You know, I paid extra
Mm.
to see William Shatner without Kevin Smith. I traveled further and paid more money to not go to the one hosted by Kevin Smith when William Shatner spoke, so I wouldn't have to deal with that.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
He would have made it about himself.
So-
My favorite Star Trek episode is this. Tell me about that part of it. And like, why am I so sure Kevin Smith's favorite Star Trek episode is like something that no one wants to talk about? Like, you know, and the children shall lead. Just such a fantastic job. What awesome acting.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So
Patterns
regardless,
of force. Patterns of force. Sorry.
So regardless, Smith also shared, because he hasn't shared enough at this point, that he would also like to see Nicolas Cage take on the role of Superman after he was able to cameo the Flash as Superman from the aborted Superman Lives film. You know, the one with from Tim Burton. Tim Burton.
Right, the
Yeah.
one that
Yeah.
got stuck in. There's a great movie about its misfortune called Production Hell. I think
Yep.
it's called Production Hell, and they detail 3 movies. One of them is it a series or was it a documentary? It was a series of documentaries, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's one of the
Because
two. I know that much.
There's another one for Island of Dr. Moreau with the same narrator, and
Yep.
it's got people like Val Kilmer was just an impossible dick, and you see him being an impossible dick.
Who knew?
He's walking
who
around
knew?
puffing on this cigarette, just like yelling at everybody. It's like, whoa, Iceman, chill.
Yeah, exactly right. He remarked, I've been reading a bunch of people on Twitter going like, when that scene happened, the audience erupted. So if I'm Warner Brothers, I'm going to fuck it. There's a multiverse, man. Let's give Nick Cage a Superman movie. No! There was a reason why there's no Superman Lives movie. Because it was in production hell for how many years was it in production hell? I think almost close to 10 years.
It sounds about right. I mean, they couldn't do anything with it. They had no idea where to go with it.
No,
I mean,
they didn't.
To think of it is just comical at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the costume had to be remodeled and remodeled again and then remodeled again. And oh my God. Please, Kevin Smith, just go away.
But at this point, with the damage that's been done to superhero movies, why not let them go at it? Let them go at it and have fun.
Movie,
you know what? Yes, let them do it then. Let them do it. Let them bring out Nicolas Cage and Superman Lives. Let's see that happen. James Gunn, make it part of the new DCU. You found your Superman. Put it as Nick Cage in that Superman movie that you plan on bringing out. Let's do it right now. Do it.
And tell Nick Cage to play it his way.
Yes.
I would pay good money just to see it made with Nick Cage doing it the way he wants to portray it.
And I want Harrison Ford as the bad guy with his with de-aged Harrison Ford as his own son. I want Harrison playing both roles.
No. I want Harrison Ford playing Lex Luthor.
Yeah, with playing both Lex Luthor and Lex Luthor's father, right?
Yes.
Because we could have de-aged de-aged Harrison Solo. Yep. I mean, de-aged Indiana Ford, and normal aged Indiana Ford.
Oh my God!
Wait, sorry, I meant to say Harrison Solo. Solo. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tim the Enchanter says, yeah, it's using CGI to bring dead actors. I vote Sidney Greenstreet as the Penguin in the new
Born to play the role. I agree. And probably should be re-uploaded to play the role, right? There's a movie for you.
Yes, exactly.
Re-upload hell.
Yep.
Talk about production hell. It's like, imagine if we render like James Dean in the first thing he says, Jesus Christ, it's fucking hot down here. Wait, that wasn't supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be self-aware yet.
I am everyone and everywhere at once.
Kill all the humans.
Oh no, I'm being bludgeoned by Billy Lugosi. Oh my God. Why?
Let me ask you a question. Is Bender an offensive Latino stereotype because he drinks and is dishonest?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm going to embrace him as a fellow Latino. I look up to Bender. He drinks in a way that I
Right, my shiny middle ass.
I'm so glad we're getting a little more of that. I'm sorry, PDB. I know it goes against your rule that Futurama should end, but if they're going to go out there and do Futurama as Star Trek Lower Decks, the real Futurama should at least be allowed to come back and rebut that.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. So, there we go. And we got Robo Disney back on. Hail, sir. How's it going?
Uh-huh.
Lord Vader, can you hear me?
I'm guessing my mic works now.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we
Hey,
can hear
Robo. And of course, Robo Disney is none other than Disney Sheepherder. What's up, buddy? It's good to see you, man.
Same here, guys. I'm still waiting for the comic relief to get over to Rumble so I can support his channel.
Actually, I had a show on Monday for Manic Mondays. So I was giving it a test run on
Manic
Rumble yesterday.
Mondays.
So
You should drop your Rumble join link into the chat over and over on YouTube.
yes, you know
that's
what?
how I
Because I'm
managed
going to be
it.
doing that.
And
I didn't know he did one on Monday.
Yeah.
now you have to
So
figure
and
out.
also seeing how we're on the 1 hour mark,
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go.
gonna have to
You're
figure
in
out.
This is going to be
kids.
fun.
Yeah. How to channel the two together. So okay. Yes.
Love is in the air at Omega Mart. Romantic dinner in a can, back in stock. Spoil your special someone for just $4.99. That's true love. That's Omega Mart.
Omega Mart, you have no idea what's in store for you.
I
we
never
go.
have any idea what's in store for me for a Mega Mart commercial. Sometimes
Yeah.
they're subversively satanic. Sometimes they're just insane. Sort of like this show.
It is.
By the way,
That's why.
you should,
That's why it
if you're
fits
looking
so
for
well.
if you're looking for a belief system, perhaps Satanism is for you.
No.
No.
Just buy a couple of Black Sabbath records. You'll get out of your system in a couple of weeks.
That's right. We have enough of that in Hollywood. So
Now, is this a screen grab of Nick Cage from the movie, or is this like, did Kevin Smith grace us by rendering this picture?
apparently it's the animated Nick Cage in Superman Lives teaser short by Paul Frelling of Lazy Droid Studio.
Have
Oh,
we ever
okay.
gone to old Superman before?
I
Doesn't he
don't
also have like
know.
super non-aging? Like, isn't aging a form of injury? Wouldn't he just self-repair?
One would think so. So, yeah. So Disney, what's your take on this so far?
Now that non-literate Admiral Teague is thrown out there, these crazy things.
That's right. We're just gonna club Disney like a baby seal and just ask, oh yeah, what's your opinion about all this?
I mean, the truth is, I'd probably be better just staying in the chat because y'all make me mad. And y'all know a whole lot more about this than I do.
You know what? That's the greatest compliment of all, to hear from someone who listens to any of these shows that we make them laugh. Because that's on my show. We want people to be able to laugh, especially when we cover New Trek. It's because Star Trek is supposed to be fun. We can't fix New Trek, but we can make it a fun experience without people having to watch it. Except
That's
for me.
right. And to be quite honest, I'm just doing this haphazardly, just every week.
Mhm.
So,
I did this on I did this earlier. I'll do it again. What's up with the cat suit in Strange New Worlds? Why did she look so much more alluring in just a regular outfit that even included a cape last week? Like, that was the best I've seen her look, and they put her in a cat suit?
yeah.
Who designed that fucking thing? Please fire the wardrobe department. She looked better wrapped in a fucking bunch of drapes. It was like a Sound of Music kind of outfit. Last week's Strange New Worlds, people, listen, if you're having a problem, there's drugs to fix it. That was the moral of last week's Strange New Worlds.
That's
I've
right.
not seen
That
it
it
yet.
really was. Am I wrong? Did I miss something? Was there a part where they had paid a price for the drugs?
No, I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, but on with the article. So, Smith also added, you don't have to be the only Superman, but why not? We have multiple Batmans. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
It would be one of the most interesting Superman flicks ever made. With all due respect to James Gunn and Superman Legacy, like you're talking about one of the greatest American actors alive. My God, Nick Cage.
Mm.
I would back
Yeah,
that by 100%.
Oh, you know what? His performance in Firebirds with Sean Young is something that when I'm on my deathbed, my grandchildren ask me, what was it about life you remember most? I'll say in 1992, I went to see Firebirds with Nicolas Cage and Sean Young, and they made me understand what you would do for love if you were in a helicopter in the army.
Yeah.
He's made some good cult classics.
He has.
Yes,
Yeah.
he has.
He has been unlucky in every way, though.
He has. No, I mean, I'm not saying that. Nick Cage is a bad actor. He is a very entertaining actor. Okay,
That's a
He
good
is-
way to
I'll
put
tell
it.
you, Renfield was truly
Yes.
amazing.
I haven't seen that.
I heard
But-
that the movie was lost when he wasn't around because he was the whole thing, right?
Good
Yeah,
point. Good point.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
But I mean,
So-
to call him like one of the greatest American actors alive.
Well, let's think about this
That's
for a
a bit of
minute,
a
right?
stretch.
Alive now. Gene
Not
Hackman's
too long.
alive.
Yep.
He's not
Yeah.
working anymore.
No, he's
Keanu,
not.
Keanu Reeves is a better actor, but he's Canadian.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. You know what? After the Anschluss, you'll all be Americans too.
Oh yeah.
Just you wait. Just you wait.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Inside every
we-
Canadian is an American dying to come out.
I mean, we had Drive Angry, we had Season of the Witch, we had Renfield. What was that latest one with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent? That was actually quite entertaining. So with Pedro Pascal last year,
Yep.
Mhm.
you know,
Was
I
the
mean, he-
Mandalorian? Yeah.
The Mandatorium.
I mean, he's a really good actor, but I wouldn't say the greatest. So, but then again, this is speaking to
Wait, hold on.
Kevin
Did De Niro
Smith
die in the last couple of
reality.
days? Right? Did De Niro pass away in the last couple of days?
I don't know.
Right?
Seriously?
know.
So he's still around, and
There you
so is I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah, he's a better actor than Robert Mitchum now. We'll give him that.
Yeah. But I mean, is he like, let's say, Tom Cruise level, right? For like, say, action, like, I mean, Tom Cruise is a damn good actor. So is he up to that level? I
Well,
don't think so.
Doing better than other ex-husbands of Lisa Marie Presley.
Yes, true. Tim the Enchanter says, yeah, George Reed and Christopher Reeves, my two favorite Superman actors. Agreed. Yep.
George
Totally.
Reeve, and honestly, done justice in Hollywoodland, however true or false it turns out to be. That was a good movie with Ben Affleck. And I've
Mhm.
never been able to deal with the fact that he was Superman, that he was anything but Superman, because
Yeah.
we saw him as Superman first, even though he wasn't Superman. He was in the suit. He was Superman enough.
Yeah.
And we were all like,
And-
wow, right?
Henry Cavill would have killed it as Superman if they gave him a good script.
Agreed.
I mean,
That's true.
that is what I'd say is wasted potential right there.
Yeah, and going back to Hollywoodland, that Adrian Brody, he killed it in that movie.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes, he did.
He showed that he had the Academy
He-
Award
range.
chops.
He had
Yeah.
range. Because a lot of people felt that he didn't deserve his Academy Award
Yeah, because the thing is, that's one of the things in
for
Hollywood.
the
They
piano.
say if you play a soldier or a prisoner or someone who has severe mental deficiency, and they give you an Academy Award for it, they try to say, oh, like it cheapens the award.
Yeah.
Well, then the next year he does Hollywoodland, so hats off to him.
And that's the movie that he does possibly better acting in, because the emotional
Agreed.
the emotional journey in Hollywoodland is like up and down and up and down. In the in the Pianist, which is a really good movie.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And not a movie you want to see every day. That's how good it is. It's so dark. It's so grim.
Exactly. You need
and
to
his-
stretch out the goodness.
And also it's a brutal movie, and it's a horrible movie, and it's a pretty true movie. It's
Yes,
a
sir, it is.
pretty true movie.
Yeah.
And like the part where he's in the bathtub and he's lost all that weight because he's so committed to the role, and the water's just black as soot, and he gets out of it and he's just a husk.
Oh, yes.
His performance and his dedication to doing great in that role is like, he just brought that to life. It's one of the greatest movies ever made. And I hate to say it, but yeah, Roman Polanski, whatever else he is, he's a pretty fucking good director.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So who's ready for another laugh?
Let's do it. But going back to
Yeah,
Omega
let's
Mart,
do it.
No, because we only can afford one commercial break every hour. So, but this
Beer
one,
break.
because everybody knows, yeah, exactly, beer break. Because everybody knows Secret Invasion is coming out really soon with Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, that's
and
right.
That's right. But
did you guys see the fucking
It's
the
coming
headline for
up.
the review? Is this the Hollywood Reporter one
No.
with the review? Oh, I think the Hollywood Reporter's headline
No.
is Samuel L. Jackson seems as fed up with the MCU as the rest of us.
No, yay! So this is
Oh,
why
jeez.
Oh, goodness.
because Samuel L. Jackson says the election of President Donald Trump broke the Marvel's actress Brie Larson.
Does anybody care?
Wait, I want to understand how.
Oh, yes.
And you will, my friend. You will.
Oh,
Oh,
she
man.
had normal sized feet in 2015.
Yep.
Uh,
So, actor
oh,
Samuel
what's
L.
his
Jackson,
reasoning here?
yes, who reprises his role as Nick Fury in the upcoming Disney Plus series Secret Invasion, recently revealed that the election of President Donald Trump broke the Marvel's actress Brie Larson. Oh, well, isn't that a shame? So,
I
speaking
can already
with,
see the Trump commercial from this, by the way.
So that's why she needed an ass double.
That is like an endorsement.
that's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson have just endorsed Donald Trump.
So, Mr. Jackson and Miss Larson, tell me where Donald Trump touched you. So,
No, I mean, I can believe that it might have broken her, but like, I want to hear something because if you were thinking Twitter was the real world,
yeah.
I mean, I'll say this: it took me like 2 days to believe it.
There you
But
go.
I mean, it didn't break me.
No, exactly.
Did a
What
lot of
happened
shit-
to what happened to all those actors and actresses saying, "Well, if Donald Trump gets elected, I'm moving to Canada"? Never happened.
Bye. None of them
Sure.
moved.
So people were
still
yelling.
here.
People were yelling. Maybe someone hacked the election, and I'm like, no,
Oh,
I don't.
God.
No. My initial reaction to that one was no, because a few days before the election, a
Right.
give no fucks attitude descended upon people who had resolved to vote for Trump. And
Mhm.
I live in a major city, right? So when people
Oh, yeah.
are talking out loud about how they were going to vote for Trump, even in
Yeah.
New York, like
Yeah.
I knew he was never going to carry this state, but I was like, what's it like everywhere else if people are now unafraid to boast about this on the subway? And everybody,
Yeah.
this is still New York City. So like somebody's like, yeah, you know what? I loved Marco Rubio, but since I couldn't get him, I'll get Trump. Someone said that. And even
Yeah.
I looked at this guy like, how is it? I don't like, all right, you vote for who you want, but I didn't see the connection between Rubio and Trump and how you could get from like point A to point B on that one.
I have absolutely
exactly.
no idea.
Yeah.
So-
and
No,
I'm
I can't
Cuban,
follow
I
that.
should be
Yeah.
pro Rubio. I should be pro Rubio.
Yeah.
So, speaking with Rolling Stone's Marlo Stern, Jackson was asked, "You're going to be in the Marvels with Brie Larson, and you two are good pals." So she got so much hate for playing Captain Marvel from the more sexist side of the Marvel's fan base. What is it? What was it like to see her go through that?
Wait, can I answer for Samuel L. Jackson?
You can
Let
go
me-
ahead.
Let me tell you how my motherfucking friend ended up as intellectual roadkill on the highway of discourse. Go ahead. What did he really say? How did he
Okay.
sugarcoat that one?
Okay. First, Jackson relayed how the two actors bonded. Breeze the strong. See, I can't do a
The same way,
Jackson.
the same way
Yeah.
Gary bonded with Spotswood from fucking Team America. We can trust Gary now.
So Bree's a stronger person than people give her credit for. We've done Kong together, so which was not the most wonderful experience for either of us.
We
became
destroyed
great
my
friends.
character's origin story together.
That's right.
Changed the
We
way I
became
lost my
great-
fucking eye.
We became great friends during that particular experience because we were having such a hard time.
What the
then-
fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Then
I too hate white men.
then when she was doing her movie, Unicorn Store, and was trying to get a particular actor, I was in the makeup trailer with her and was like, why are you trying to hire this other actor and not trying to get me to do your movie? She said, I didn't think you'd want to do it. So will you? And I was like, let's do it.
Listen to me, you underhanded bitch.
Well, he wants to keep his record going. He's been in more movies than anybody in history, so he ain't going to stop anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, exactly,
James
right?
Dean's career ain't over yet.
No, that's right. Oh, and hey, we got the Titan here showing up. How's it going, dude? So to get Rubio from Trump, it's the small hands. So
I
There you go.
I guess it's time for me to say it. I say it like every once in a while. I'm not just from New York City. I'm not just from Queens, but I grew up in the same zip code that he's from. And if you had taken me back in time and said to like 1988, like or 1989, at the moment I walked out of seeing Do the Right Thing and said, "Hey, who do you think is going to be president from your zip code?" I would have been like, "LL Cool J is going to be president." And like, no, it's not him. I would have then the next thing I would have said is 50 Cent's going to be president. And they're like, no, it's not him. I would then the next thing I would have said is, which guy from Run DMC is president? Because I would have tried to get 3 guesses in at once. I mean, and if you'd have told me like it's the guy who owns that casino who hates Merv Griffin, I would have been like, wait, the Art of the Deal guy? Really? You know, like I would have been shocked. Because but you know, he never. I guess at this point, I'll say this: never underestimate him.
I'll say this for somebody who's never been into politics. I have noticed one thing from years ago. Everybody used to say they wanted Donald Trump to run for president. I'm talking about back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Oh yeah,
and those same people were the ones who turned on him when he did run.
Oh,
exactly
true.
Right.
Yeah,
that was kind of odd.
I'm just going to say this about my fellow person from Queens, Donald Trump. Okay, I just mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you like his ideas or don't like his ideas, that's fine with me. And if you want to vote for him or don't want to vote for him, that's also fine with me. And I think the president of the United States should always be from Queens. And I don't think people from other boroughs should be allowed to run for president. But that's aside the fact. I just want to point to the fact that some of us talked about Rumble before and how we also do Rumble. Okay. Yep. What is Rumble's like? What is the thing that people use to bag on Rumble? Oh, it's all right way. Right? Yeah. Meanwhile, I am getting so many views over there. I'm going to say this: it doesn't matter whether you're conservative or you're a liberal or anything. There comes a point where, just like a turkey in the oven, that little plastic thermometer pops. Yep. And you can't stand to listen to one more word of politics, and that still applies to Donald Trump too. Like he can get to the point where you just like, I got to turn him off for a little while. Like you might just get there. Like I want to hear more from Trump, but like tomorrow.
That's right, because the left hates a convert. There you go. That's right, Titan.
I don't care about either side. I'm on my side.
Left, right,
exactly.
Do what I do.
Left. Exactly. I'm going to steal a line from Ian Fleming. Left, right, points on the compass, both equally misguided.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So Jackson then derailed. They continued to bond.
Didn't they bond already when they made Kong Skull Island with the same cast 3 months earlier? So. We've got like 3 of the same fucking people in both movies.
So they continued to bond when the election of President Donald Trump broke her. He relayed, then we bonded through the election while we were doing her movie when Donald Trump won. She was broken. And I was like, don't let him break you. You have to be strong now.
All right. So wait, did she claim TDS as a medical expense?
Yeah, right? Exactly. It's not like he was going to restore Jim Crow laws or anything like that, which was incidentally, I believe, a Democratic thing. So then when she got Captain Marvel, she called me and she was like, they want me to be in the Marvel universe. Should I do it? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. But she was not going to let any of that stuff destroy her. He continued. Jackson then.
What's her good movie that made her famous?
I don't know. Was there any good movie?
Doesn't she have a Juno-like role that everyone talks about?
Yeah.
I guess,
that video game movie.
Yeah, that one.
Resident Evil?
No.
The fun one.
Where they scored points for whipping people's ass.
Yeah. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue. The one that Ellen Page was in. Yeah, the one that wasn't Ellen Page in that too. Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim Saves the World.
Yeah. Scott Pilgrim.
Yep, that one.
Well,
it took us a while to get to it because it was so long ago.
In the 5 years since Captain Marvel, Brie Larson really has her. I don't know. Like she may have gotten in too much trouble a long time ago to pull this one off.
Probably. So then Jackson then derided Larson's credit saying these incel dudes who hate strong women, or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion and expressed it. Everybody wants people to be who they want them to be. She is who she is. She's genuinely that. Yes, and that's why people don't like her.
Right.
Because she's one of these retard feminists that think that no matter what, oh God.
Unfortunately, she's not a likable human being. I mean, even
No,
some
she's
of her
not.
cast members couldn't really stand being around her.
Exactly.
yeah,
I covered
there
this
were
in a
many
video.
videos.
Yeah, I covered this in a video a few months back,
Yep.
right? Just how she's just shitting on every actor or actress that is on set with her. Nobody can stand her. I showed clips of like when Endgame came out, him sitting with Hemsworth and God, what's his face that played the Iron
Hawkeye.
Patriot there?
Hawkeye.
Yeah, yeah, and him too. And it's like, they're all looking at her like, bitch, shut up. Just shut
I mean,
up. Nobody likes
I'm
you.
thinking back at the one interview she had with a Hawkeye actor, Rene or something, and
Yeah.
he was
Jeremy
physically
Renner.
trying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jeremy
that's
Renner.
it, Jeremy Renner. Yep, he was trying to physically put space between him and her by physically scooting his chair further and further away from her,
Yes,
and
yes.
leaning in the chair away from her, looking off in the opposite direction. I mean, that is telling.
Exactly.
That says a
Disney
lot.
Like comic, didn't you make a video? It was a while back, but you
Yep.
made mention of that stream that she had that was really
Yep.
cringe.
Oh yes, yes.
All right,
You
when she
remember that?
tried doing
Uh,
YouTube.
Yeah. that's
Oh,
it.
and yeah, she was trying
Yes.
to do YouTube too.
Yes.
Oh my God, and she was like failing miserably, and everybody was like
Yep.
poking fun at her and stuff like that. It's like, oh
I think
my
that
God,
was like
yeah, we don't
one of
need
the
to
first
promote you.
videos I ever saw of yours, and that's what made
Oh
me
really?
fan. Yeah,
Well, I am
because you
honored.
mentioned that, and I just
So-
started laughing. Oh,
Yep.
My God. It was
Back
just
when she
so
was trying to do
bad.
exercise and such on her YouTube channel, trying to humanize herself,
yeah.
Yes,
make herself
And
more
nobody was buying
relatable
it.
to everybody. It's like,
Yep.
hey, look at me, I'm
And
normal too.
let me see if I can look up the video there because it was just so hilarious. Let's see. And for everybody out in the chat, yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly what video it was. It was released, March 16th, 2023. The Marvels delay, the result of Brie Larson's jealous behavior. So for all of you that want to check it out, you know what? I'll make sure that I can share that screen just so people can find it and get a good laugh out of that. No, and see, I hit the wrong button and I'm screwing up totally right now. And that's okay because that's what makes it an interesting show. The video
The
details.
joys of live
So
streaming.
for all of you that want to look back on this, yes, exactly. The Marvels delay the result of Brie Larson's jealous behavior. Yeah, so look back, it was like March, and I love the screenshots I make
thumbnail.
sometimes. I
That
seriously
thumbnail says
I
it
know,
all.
right?
This is just
It
just
does.
showing you right here why you want to watch what you fucking do and say to a point. I mean, Brie Larson, she was real confrontational. She was real confident.
Yep.
And it seemed like she was being fed the wrong information from all the wrong people because it was like she never said something that was a little bit weird. It was always like once you heard the first thing, it was like almost like she was like craving the attention of the next train wrecky state, and the statements were just train wreck upon train wreck. And then you saw stuff where like I don't really know if that Marvel interview with her and Chris Hemsworth and everyone else, Jeremy Renner, I guess it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes as bad as it seems, but like she definitely made herself like suspect to it. And then the other extreme statements, and then ending up in the movie that had to be the most misandrist and man-hating movie of the last maybe 15 years.
Exactly.
I don't know if I've seen that kind of just raw hatred, and she's in it. And I mean, it doesn't help her that the script is one note, so it's not. I mean, we can't judge her acting on that. Like this character was an insufferable, snarky asshole.
Exactly.
And I don't
So
know
the
if
Tit-
they were, I'm sorry, I was just gonna say, I don't know if they were like, you maintain that kind of attitude out of character, like, because like say Thor is kind of
Yep.
like has like an innocent sort of persona, and it perpetuates that, and
That's
like
right.
we saw some of the other people sort of leaning a little bit into their super, like but it's like if you're Captain America, you can sort of lean on it a little bit, like I want to help America's kids or something like that, like like I would like to give money to a school for a new library or something nice. I go to the hospital and visit sick children. You can do, and she hasn't done any of that. Now you think of it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And the Titan says, yeah, that's the only reason I like social media. It helped kill the movie star. That's right. Exactly. You are totally 100% correct. So, so then
first to change them into movie stars we hated, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was them who killed themselves. It was them who deleted themselves. But
Yeah, I was
through
going
their
to say
actions.
Hollywood's doing a really good job of undermining themselves.
Yeah, Disney used to be like, you didn't have to think it over 25 years ago. It's like, look, the kids are coming over, going to throw on a Disney movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like, listen, the kids are coming over, going to throw on a Disney movie. You're like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
fuck?
No.
So Larson became infamous following her Crystal Award acceptance speech, where she derided white male film critics. She said during the speech, "I don't need 40-year-old white dudes to tell me what didn't work about him, about A Wrinkle in Time. It was made for him. I want to know what that film meant to a woman in color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial." Like, how many times do you have to freaking say the same thing but differently? And for a third time, "I don't hate white dudes." No, but you're sure berating them a lot.
Jeez, if you have to say it.
These are just facts.
Yeah.
These are not my feelings. Well,
Attack the
apparently they are
fans,
they're
because
coming out
that's
of their
always
mouth.
worked.
Yeah,
That's right.
Just
Larson
remember,
went on to advocate the inclusion writers in film contracts. Yeah. So
Attack
just
the
keep-
fans. Great
yeah, just-
strategy.
just keep in mind, anything said before the word "but" is a lie.
exactly. Exactly.
That's why you have to start.
Oh, I'm not all about them, but I do like white guys. No, you don't.
No, apparently not.
That's why I start the sentence with the word "but." Can't impugn anything. Like, but seriously, folks, not that I have anything against white people.
Yep, and the Titan says exactly. They put themselves out there without their publicists to shield them, and we saw them for what they are. You are correct, sir. Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah, because we all remember that speech that was caught. Oh, look, live on film. But if I play that, I might get like dinged again, like I did last week for that for that article that that I played with that.
Oh, did you play a little too much video too?
Apparently, yes, and that video
Uh-oh.
got banned. So
Did you just clip out the part when it went back as an upload? It didn't restore it, because that's what happened on Saving Star Trek. We had I accidentally let a bunch of Star Trek play. The new Star Trek, and like I was going to go clip it out, but it was like, no effect. You're allowed to do this now that it's an upload.
Good enough. And that's why slowly I'm going to be moving everything over to Rumble. So, because I can get away with that kind of crap. So, fuck you, YouTube.
And because it's actually a legitimate entertainment outlet too.
That's right.
Yes.
So, leading up to the following, the release of Captain Marvel, Larson pushed her brand of intersectional feminism while promoting the film. She told In Style the movie was the biggest and best opportunity I could have ever asked for. It was like my superpower. This could be my this could be my form of activism, doing a film that I can play all over the world and be in more places than I can be physically. That activism included the promotion of inclusion writers, which mandates racial and gender quotas for actors and production staff. Larson said, "Inclusion has to be a choice. It's not happening naturally. You really have to fight for it." Now, remember a few weeks back, guys, when we were talking about, the Oscar recommendations for, what has to be in a film.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
You need to hit the check boxes, or you're not really Oscar worthy.
You gotta get those boxes checked.
This would include a movie like the James Franco movie where he's caught in Iraq, because there's no other cast members.
Right.
So that movie would be a problem.
Yep.
Also problematic would be A League of Their Own is just the story of a bunch of privileged white women. It's not diverse enough. You would have to have a few of them, and none of them are gay, at least that we know of.
That's right. Some of them have to be of color. Some of them have to be Latino. Some of them have to be black. Some of them have to be crippled or blind.
Well,
or
hey,
whatever.
Betty Spaghetti was Italian, right?
Exactly.
You got some diversity in there. Marla Hooch was ugly. She was out there for all the ugly chicks.
That's what A League of Her Own movie needed. They needed some
He will be a
lesbian,
model today.
biracial, transgender, blind, crippled black woman. That's what that movie needed.
Yeah, honestly,
remember when we used to go to movies to be entertained?
now you go to
I remember
movies to
that.
make sure that you have a get out of jail free card till the next movie comes out
Right.
that says you're a good person.
And we go to
There's-
movies to be preached at and so
Well,
on and so on,
it could
told
be-
what bad people we are.
Well, if you
Yeah.
make above six figures to be a good person, you have to be an executive producer of one of the Star Trek shows, and you throw that in people's faces all the time.
One
I
of
am
the
fighting for
30
social change. I'm one of the executive producers of Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
one of the 30 or
The only
40
Star Trek show to
executive-
debut during Pride Month.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
So during an appearance at Tina Brown's Women in the World conference in New York back in April 2019, Larson made it clear that she would use any kind of privilege that she had to push her radical politics. If I have any sort of privilege, I immediately want to spend it. Whatever that currency is, I'm spending it immediately. I'm not going to hold on to it and hope that I put it in some account and it makes more money. I want to spend it because it because we need the change now, and I'm really not afraid of falling on my face because I've done it my whole life. I'm just that kind of like, bring it. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. Harvey Keitel said in the amazing movie Saturn V, criminally antisocial.
Yes, exactly.
Don't tell me I don't know my fucking sci-fi.
Oh jeez.
Farrah Fawcett was great in her two sci-fi movies. They're both excellent movies, Logan's Run and Saturn V.
If I had any sort of privilege, I want to immediately spend it. Like,
Come
what
over
does
here
that
and
even-
spend it with me, baby. Just
What,
don't talk
what
too
does
much.
that even mean?
Means
What?
that she should do porn. I mean, to my mind.
Oh God, please no. So,
You know what? When she's not talking,
No.
she looks.
I don't want to
okay.
see her go Amazon. So I'm sorry.
You're right. It would be like, I guess it would have to be that kind of porn. Well, she
Yeah.
would want to do it in a way that uplifted everyone, right? So it would have to include everyone. So we're talking multiple partners in this movie. I don't. What a weird thing to say. First of all, she was broken by Trump during that ongoing
Yeah.
48-month presidency, right?
Yeah.
I
That
noticed
broke
that
so many people in Hollywood.
TDS is a real thing.
It
The only thing
is.
I'd say is beware of it, because I honestly think it could affect both sides. I've seen people on the right get a little bit of TDS too. Honestly,
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. Yeah.
let's face it, he made his living as a salesman. He's able to make things sound good, and no one's right 100% of the time. No one.
Nope. So Larson would also throw her weight behind the Time's Up organization, where she declared on Twitter, "Together we can end harassment, discrimination, and abuse from the power imbalances we all face in the workplace." Well, let's have a
Thank you.
Thank you to all the people who donated to the Time's Up Defense Fund, which was created for people who are victims of sexual harassment and discrimination and abuse in the workplace, and they don't have access to legal representation.
We have raised $15 million so far from over 10,000 people who have donated, 60 countries, all 50 United States, and this is just the beginning. So thank you.
So wait a minute.
Who's their lawyer, Matt Murdock?
So
Fuck outta here.
what? So what women don't have access to legal representation?
Maybe if you're really
did the
poor.
United States become some sort of banana republic that no, you can't have legal representation in this country.
This is actually
no. This
No.
is
actually-
this is the 1800s. Women don't have that kind of privilege in America nowadays. Like,
Isn't the
what?
idea here that this is like your pipeline to the woke lawyer who's going to be like, let's take this case all the way, no matter how? Because like you can sexually harass people, it's true, it's a real thing that happens. And then there's people like Brie Larson who've only ever been movie stars, and she's like just hating life. That the fact that she's been blessed with being able to look good in a movie. Before we knew who she was, I was like, the Kong Skull Island chick is hot, you know. And then I saw Captain Marvel, and I was baffled by how basically the same people could deliver me two movies that were so like the Kong movie was a little bit of fun. I'd say it was great, but it was a little bit of fun.
But who else is involved in this? Reese Witherspoon, Rashida Jones, Kerry Washington, Tessa Thompson. Oh, that's no big surprise. Let's see, Tracy Ellis Ross. Oh, I guess they're all involved too. Huh? Big surprise. So
big surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to say this: the best thing you could do if you're being harassed is learn your state's tape recording laws, because every one of us has an audio recorder on their phone, and you could just maybe I'm not going to say that I've been sexually harassed, but when I got sexually harassed, what I did was I turned on the MP3 maker on my phone and just let it run while the person talked, and I said things that strengthened my ability to do it, like, and you don't care who knows this, huh? Which kind of makes any recording okay.
Yep, that's right. So and here we go for you, Teague. The New York Times described the organization's main goals were to create a legal defense fund to help less privileged women like janitors, nurses, and workers at farms. Like
janitors make great money in New York.
They do.
There's a service employees union that gets them a guaranteed wage. Otherwise, they're working off union, which is not in good taste in New York, they say. I don't know. I'm not telling anyone how to live or work. I'm just saying, like in New York, like janitor, like I'll take that job. It's like $70,000 a year after a few years.
Exactly.
You can buy a house on Long Island as a janitor. I will, and I'll say it again. Like we don't give legal advice, but you know, and people do get sexually harassed, and some of them are poor. $15 million. I don't know. That's like honestly, isn't that like suing like that? Like that's like one nasty divorce actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
Legally, drop in the bucket of legal fees. This is to get honestly a woke lawyer referral service, whether these people know it or not. It seems. It seems.
So basically, it's to protect themselves from sexual misconduct and the fallout from reporting it. Past legislation penalized companies that tolerate persistent harassment and to discourage the use of non-disclosure agreements to silence victims. Reach gender parity at studios and talent agencies that have already begun making headway, and request that women walking the red carpet at the Golden Globes speak out and raise awareness by wearing black.
Yeah, no mixed fibers either. Just a plain shapeless cotton skirt. Let's go pure Leviticus on this. Cover those tattoos.
That's right.
Get the fuck out. I mean, some of this stuff is like you mix a little bit of common sense with a lot of nonsense, right? It's like some people do get sexually harassed. Let's take this to the nth degree. There was once this guy named Trump who was president. And now I'm insane because of it. It broke me. But this was 6 years ago, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had the love of my life break up with me when I was in like the second year of college. I was over it by my second year in the workforce. Jesus Christ.
So interestingly, Larson has been less vocal about her various activist goals and was nearly invisible during the promotion of the recently released Fast X film. She also appeared befuddled when she was asked to comment on Johnny Depp's film Janine Dubarry,
because she couldn't say anything nice to him even though it was proven he's okay.
That's right, opening the Cannes Film Festival in May. When asked by a member of the press, you've been sort of outspoken and very vocal, a very vocal advocate for Time's Up and Me Too. I'm curious, how do you feel about Johnny Depp's opening the festival, and when do you plan to see it?
You know what? I got a perfect answer for her. Time's Up happened to him too.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. You're set.
I've been very vocal advocate for Time's Up and Me Too. I'm curious how you feel about Johnny Depp's film opening the festival.
He got Me Too'd. He got Time's Up. He got Me Too'd by Amber Heard.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't understand the correlation or why me specifically.
Oh, just you were on the advisory council, celebrity advisory council for Time's Up. I think the Johnny Depp case has been very well played out in American and national media. There's no controversy about
You
that.
balloon head!
Oh,
Open can. So I'm just curious if you will see it and how you feel about its selection here.
Well, you'll see, I guess, if I'll see it, and I don't know how I'll feel about it if I do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm going to give her
Oh,
this.
wow.
That could have been so much worse.
yeah, it
That's
could have
a-
been.
You
That
know
could have
what?
been.
Honestly, compared to what we've seen with these brash statements, that is. I'm not saying she's going to pull out of this like nosedive and have a good career now and save this. I think it's Captain Marvel dinner theater for life, but that was less bad than what we've seen before.
Exactly. God.
Well, and I don't know what
So-
that says. She couldn't just say, he's been vindicated, or here's an easy. And why are you asking me? Because you're the fucking spokesperson for the group.
right.
Oh yeah, that thing that
Like,
I did
oh,
without
yes.
realizing I did it.
Exactly.
I never should have done. It seemed like a good idea in 2017, and I never quit. Fuck.
Yeah. And
This
the
guy did
Times
his
says,
homework.
and if anybody knows about sexual harassment, casting couch, it's Hollywood. Yep. You got that 100%
That's
correct,
right.
dude.
What about Brendan
man.
Fraser? Does she feel bad for him? She could have
Oh.
maybe, right?
Oh,
No,
goodness.
he's a white
No.
male.
As I sit here at this award ceremony that Brendan Fraser had the boycott one year because he was harassed by its founder, if I have the right film festival, right?
Yep.
Right? Like she could have, if she was kind of literate and a little less, because she's always. Have you noticed that like this has been going on for 5 years now, that she's been a confrontational statement maker, but when you talk,
Yeah.
when you say things back to her, even if it's something she said, it's total deer in the headlights for a couple of minutes.
It is. It is.
And then it used to be attack back. Now it's just like, maybe I've been told too many times that I should shut up.
See, actual strong women don't need to keep telling you how strong they are.
And they have other defining traits.
Yes.
They come before strong.
She's already broken, and it's fragile feminism at its most blatant. That's what it is.
She was broken by an election in a country she has the largesse to leave and live in France and wait out that presidency. She was broken by that.
Exactly.
She only has so much money that she could have got. You know what, baby? USA, you got that kind of largesse. You know what? So you don't like Trump. Love it or leave it. I don't remember you being out there inspiring anybody to get civically involved in another way. I remember you just being brash and loud and confrontational and talking about grievances. Never did you suggest a way to fix things. Not once have I heard constructive stuff. I've heard commiseration. I've seen a refusal. I mean, what a perfect chance to say something reasonable. You've been just. Honestly, that was like a softball question. Like, Johnny Depp, he's just been cleared. You ready for him to she could have said something as simple as I said when Michael Vick, remember what he did?
Trying to remember.
Animal cruelty.
Oh, yes.
All right. So I like the New York Jets, and Michael Vick ends up our quarterback. And everyone's telling me that I endorse what he did because I have a Jets jersey. And I could only say this, and this works if you have nothing good to say about any man, you could say this about Johnny Depp and not get in any trouble. You ready? He has a right to have a job. And everyone would have been like, okay, yeah, cool. And that would have been the end of it. He has the right to work. The public will judge him
like anybody else.
The public will judge him by buying movie tickets or not. And then you could just move, and no one could have said anything.
See, Bree, honey, let me tell you this. If men criticizing you is sexist and misogynistic, then you attacking your critics is sexist and misogynistic.
And what do you say to your female critics?
These are your rules.
That's right.
Not mine.
No, but I've heard women who don't like her stuff too. Like, what does she say to them? Since no woman can be wrong.
Yep.
You have therefore validated even one like partial jet owner, Tequila may not agree with you.
Yep. That's right.
Apply that standard across the board. See what happens.
That's right. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
And also, you know what? You should probably, at this point in your career, Miss Larson, and like, is Brie a sharp cheese? I ask because I don't know. But Miss Larson, you should probably start to believe in forgiveness because of where you're at. And honestly, the most self-serving thing you could have said that still would have worked would have been, you know what? He's a different Johnny Depp than the one we remember this many years later. He seems to have been working on himself. I would be in a movie with Johnny Depp, something like that, because people are going to need to look past you. And I bet you she wants people to look past Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I bet you if you'd asked her should you see that new horror movie with Amber Heard, what would she have said? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, she's totally
yes.
strong. Oh, it's totally believable. I love her.
A lot of people with those initials get a bad reputation. You never hear about how good the Autobahn was.
That's about it. That's true.
That's what you say. You know, honestly, it's like and when we heard that case, right? Because that was like a big eye opener on the media, especially for me, where you'd see Johnny Depp and it would be like, "Good morning, Mr. Rottenborn. You read that very well." And he was like smug and confident. And the judge is just like sitting there, like you can see that they're put off by his smugness. But then when like the Amber Heard attorneys were making legal let me tell you something. There's one thing a judge hates. It's when you don't have your legal shit together and you make nonsensical arguments or you bring in things that aren't applicable.
Oh,
and at one point, the judge stopped Mr. Rottenborn, who I'm going to say right now seemed more activist than attorney, and you'll get him on that hotline that they're pushing for sexual harassment. If you want to be represented by a man who was admonished, we saw this. Do I have this one right? Wasn't he told that he could not object to his own objection because he objected?
Exactly.
He objected,
that's right.
and then it led to a discussion that he then objected to again, and the judge was like, the judge pulled a major facepalm and almost said asshole. That's how frustrated. And this was a daily thing. This happened every day before and after lunch with these mistakes. And then like he told them they were improper almost every day. That judge told them that they were behaving improperly almost every day. And he turned on the news, any channel, and they're like, Amber Heard scoring more points against Johnny Depp. And you're like, what the fuck did they watch?
Exactly. Yep, the Titan says, she says her female critics are embracing their internalized misogyny.
So what if I get a sex change? I see you. If 100 people join my channel in the next hour, I will change into a transition, and I will take this up with her as an equal.
But here's the thing: there's
no, I really won't do that. Don't join me for that. Don't join for that.
There's no rational, like they got an answer for everything. There's no dialogue with these people. There's no reasoning with these type of people. It's like no matter how you try to talk sense, it's got to be because of something else. Oh, it's because
there's no reasoning. It's because there's a tremendous divide in the culture. I mean, there's no bridging the gulf here. Nope. There's no reasoning with the unreasonable.
Right. There's no taking responsibility for one's own actions and the way they act. Maybe it could be me and the way I'm saying things or blaming other people. Maybe it is me that is an insufferable prick.
There's also no self-reflection on that point, too.
Exactly. There's no self-reflection thinking, you know what? Maybe I could have said that differently, or maybe I shouldn't have said this at all, or something like that. There's no filter. There's none in their head whatsoever.
And before anyone wants to come at Comic Relief Crusader, PCR, or myself, say that we're some sort of istophobe against any sort of idea, show me Brie Larson's reasonable moment where she's making moderate statements about healing or togetherness or unity or moving on. Time was up in like 2018. What year is this? Wait, when did this start? 2014? Time's been up for a long time. There's people been doing time because time's up. Ask Harvey Weinstein about time's up. I mean, this is, to me, her complaint is as though I were to say this. You ready? Mike, you know what movie I saw last night?
What?
I saw Meet Joe Black. And you know what? At the beginning, they didn't have the Weinstein production company credit, and it just after that I was broken by that.
Oh my god,
I was broken by it. I was broken, and then I thought, he earned that Academy Award. People have done worse and kept their Academy Award. Didn't they give one to didn't they give one to Oliver Stone? I mean, he's reprehensible.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Roman Polanski has an Academy Award. Roman Polanski has an Academy Award. I mean, don't be like him. I mean, if you're gonna make a movie, be like him. But if you're gonna be like acting in public, yeah, don't be like him.
Well, yeah, no.
But I mean, honestly, if you want to come at us, where's Brie Larson's moderating tone? Where's her path to disarmament? Where's her future solution? And where's her suggestion of what we have to reach for this to end? The only thing I see her suggesting are like kind of extremist and almost Orwellian things. These things that she has said, like what inclusion, did she say it has to be a choice or it can't be a choice?
Let me look back.
Because I'm really interested, because then what she said after that about whether or not it's a choice is like, we need this to do this and that to do that. And I think that brought me to my point of, if we're going to upload James Dean, do we need the guy who writes the file to be like James Dean in every way? And if we're going to make an upload of Anthony Mackie, right? That person would have to be
inclusion has to be a choice.
Has to be a choice.
It's not happening. It's not happening naturally. You really have to fight for it.
So what they're saying is
has to be a choice.
Inclusion is a choice that's not yet available.
It has to be a choice.
So what she's saying, she's fighting to have the choice of inclusion.
Because
right now it's not on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I just heard about the plot of the movie Elementals.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time that Brie Larson got herself a TV.
I think so.
I mean, maybe Brie Larson, you want to come by here for a couple days, hang out, get drunk, watch a little TV. I'll show you a movie called Empire Strikes Back. I bet you'd like it.
Yeah, I think you would.
Probably like it.
You would. Yep.
Or would she just be like furious, like Princess Leia could have easily overpowered those stormtroopers? One's led to wonder, is she the literal supermodel with bad breath?
No, that would be Jennifer Lawrence because she did everything first. So
that's true.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I just want to say, by Brie Larson's rules, could we ever make a Watergate movie? It would have to have a sequence where it hit like a family of color who had like a gay member to make up for the fact that Nixon and all his guys are white.
So long as Brie Larson plays Nixon.
I want to see, honestly, my thought was Whoopi Goldberg as Nixon and Eva what's her name? From Desperate Housewives, Eva, what's her name? Longoria. Eva Longoria as Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that sold like it's for real. Right? Like, can you imagine a commercial? It's like a slow. Just imagine the Oval Office. Whoopi Goldberg is behind the desk with her head in her hands, looking down in Nixonian pose of defeat, and you've got Eva Longoria with her hands in the air, like raised over her head, like a frustrated Kissinger trying to make a point. Yeah. And then in the corner, you see like Cyndi Lauper praying to the picture of George Washington, because we know that like Nixon went so crazy he prayed to like the portrait of Washington, and that's when they all got together and said, "Look, if he gives any orders, we have to counter."
I'm just trying to picture Eva Longoria with jowls like Kissinger. Boy.
Oh, you're saying like we take the SNL route and make her up to appear as Kissinger, even though she's a female?
Yeah, let's do that.
No, you'd be undermining the message, unless, of course, we had the right makeup artists.
Right, of course.
Maybe if now, what kind of makeup artists are we talking here? We're going to, because the inclusion has to go there. Remember, we can't take this from historical documents, because the newspapers at that time, the reporters, they were all men. I mean, and Liz Smith, I mean, she did write about stuff, but she was a woman.
Yep.
And she wrote about gossip. So I don't. What are we going to have? Like Pat Nixon's account from Pat Nixon's diary. Watergate. My husband was innocent again today for another day. Doing nothing. He played me an interesting tape of him theorizing about a group of people from the Middle East I won't name. He likes them. I promise he likes them.
It's going to be full of ovaries everywhere. That's what it's going to be.
Guys,
the whole of history is going to be full of ovaries.
You know what? I mean, what is a Watergate?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like I can we get the Kickstarter started now for Whoopi Goldberg's Nixon Watergate?
We should make one and just troll.
No, we don't want to take any money. We don't want to type any money. What we want to do is start the petition, the free petition, like what is it called? Like the petition drive. Demanding redress on all the president's men.
Yes.
And just look at the title.
Yep.
It's not called most of the president. Most of the president's people would have been a more inclusive name.
All the president's memory
people.
glands.
Oh, Jesus Christ! In a fantasy in a world where Hillary won the election.
In a world where Hillary won.
How about this one? How
One
about
woman stands alone with her memory glands full and ready for action.
I'm so sick of all this. I want someone to stand up in the next Captain Marvel movie and be like, "Hey, super fast time travel, lady, how come you don't go back and kill Hitler? Stop 9/11?"
Yeah, that's right. And the Titan says the picture of DW would have to be Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, George Washington. We would have a cutaway.
Yeah.
We'd see the picture, and then we'd pull a Star Trek. We'd go a new Trek. We'd go into a dream within a dream that's actually inside of another dream.
Yep.
To have a montage.
That's right. Well, that being said,
that's crazy.
I know it's crazy, it's totally crazy, but it makes for a fun day and a fun show. So
We actually
does.
let's be fair here. We've suggested moderating and alternate courses of action that this person could have taken. We have not been overly judgmental. We've just said at the end of the day, like when you wake up tomorrow, maybe try to be less hostile and anticipate the idea that you might actually be called out on the shit you said.
Exactly.
Yep.
So that being said, I want to thank everybody that's been in the chat so far. I want to thank Carla Burton that showed up actually before the show.
Oh, we love you, Carla Burton. You have a
Yes.
shout out then.
That's right. So, Carla, yeah, we're going to give you a shout out right now, and thank you for stopping by, and hope you watch it on the rerun. And Christian, all the way from Ottawa, and Lundrod, who had to go and who was having lunch as he was listening in as well, and Captain Fandom Nerd, and of course Disney Sheepherder. That unfortunately he had to leave because he had lightning going on and whatnot. So I guess maybe his power ran out.
Yeah, you had some crazy weather there.
That's right. And Foggy Brains and my friend all the way from St. John, New Brunswick, Foggy Brains. So hopefully next time maybe you can join in. And of course, please check out his channel. On top of that, the classic leftist who's just starting out. And
try inverse phasing. He might be all right. Yeah,
that's right. And oh God, that name. Jeez, Real
Wade
Gaming Nation Gaming Clips. Yes.
Call him Real Wade. He's all right though. I like.
Yes,
Real
he
Wade.
is. Tim the Enchanter, also thank you for joining in, and of course the Titan. And yes, Titan, you know what? I am terribly late for sending your prize out. I will get it out next week. I promise. So sorry about that.
We
That
kept
it's
the
not
severed
mailed yet.
head of Gwyneth Paltrow on dry ice. It will be
Yes,
fine.
we did.
It will
So,
be fine.
That's your bonus prize as well. So pop culture republic, give a plug on your show.
All right. Well, I'm Pop. My channel is Pop Culture Republic. I try to do at least 2 shows a week where I talk about TV shows, movies, comic books, anything that I enjoy watching. Here recently, it's been I've been delving into the world of K-dramas and whatnot.
Ooh.
I did a live stream last night where I was looking at all the shows you could watch when you find yourself in a show hole, when you binge watch everything and you find yourself clueless as to what to watch next. So I kind of made a little list of, yeah. So I was looking back at some lists of TV shows, sci-fi from the 70s and 80s and 90s and whatnot, making my own little list of all the old shows I haven't watched.
Nice.
So I have like a fallback for the few times I find myself going into a show hole, which isn't often.
Okay. And when's your next show?
I'm aiming for possibly this Thursday or possibly Friday, depending on when I can make the time to do one.
Excellent.
So I'm doing pretty well doing one show a week at this point.
Having been able to, I have caught the show. It is a quality broadcast.
Oh, thank
There we
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Nice. So everybody, yes, please check out Pop Culture Republic. Link is in the chat right there. Go ahead and subscribe to him if you like what he does and whatnot, and give him some love.
Yes, please.
Because that's what we're all here for. And next, Admiral Teague, sir.
Admiral.
Well, I'm gonna wear the what people say about me as a badge. My name is Admiral Teague, and I'm a manipulative liar who changes good Star Trek into bad by calling out the facts of the story. I can help you get over your Star Trek Stockholm syndrome. You may remember me from detailing the careers of a certain cowardly bald space robot, or from binge watching stupid new worlds with Comic Relief Crusader and our pal Captain Fandom Nerd, both of whom are worthy YouTube creators. And wow, 760, you just keep powering along. Way to go, Mike.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
Oh yeah, no, congratulations. It's well earned. But you can join me. You can join with me. Join me. You will be well treated. I offer the final frontier order. One shadow would have emerged eventually to lead them all. And I'm just saying, like, please consider joining me. My show is Saving Star Trek. My channel's Admiral Teague. We watch new Trek so you don't have to, and we put it through the Trekifier. We have our Trek Matrix. We know what Star Trek is and isn't. And I am humbly asking that you join my channel and join my fight to try to save Star Trek, because I think we can take it back still. I will never give up on this quest. I have a penchant for lost causes.
That's not quite a dead franchise yet.
You know, compared to what happens when I talk about Disney as far as engagement, maybe I'm known as the Star Trek guy, but the gamers call me that. The gamer go on the game report, they're like, "Oh, it's the Star Trek guy. He's nuts." But like maybe it's because I'm more known for Star Trek. But like we did a season retrospective show on Book of Boba, on not Book of Boba Fett, on the Mandatorium. And like we were having like that thing just barely, I don't think it ever hit 6-figure views. There's like an active disinterest in Disney. And now it kind of looks like since the Rise of Skywalker, what have we gotten but like 6 good hours of the Mandalorian mixed in between a bunch of other crap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a while. Like they've held people's heads under that dirty water maybe a bit too long. And some people, like I said, if you overfocus on any one thing, you know what? Did you ever think there'd be a time where you have so much Star Wars you wouldn't want anymore and it would be embarrassing? Because it's embarrassing now. And guys, stop. You're embarrassing yourselves, Disney. I can't even get people angry at you anymore. People are so done with you. And I said it before. I'll say it again. That Darn Cat and Herbie the Love Bug, better movies. Bring back Tab Hunter, Sandy Duncan and her glass eye. Use that CGI deepfake machine to bring back Tab Hunter and Sandy Duncan. That Darn Cat. The adventure continues. It's a better movie than Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And not to be confused with with the That Darn Cat remake with a young Christina Ricci from 1998, which is also a better movie than Book of Boba Fett, but not as good as That Darn Cat 1970, which was a good movie and did no harm. Or remember when sci-fi, like from Disney, you had a high quality as high as their sci-fi movie?
Yes.
Escape from Witch Mountain?
Yes.
Yeah. A better sci-fi movie than any Star Wars movie. Oh,
that's right.
Back when movies entertained us.
So yeah, join me. I'm a lot of fun.
There we go. And as for me, you obviously are watching here on YouTube on Titillating Tuesdays, and obviously I have a Rumble channel where slowly growing. I think it says up to 75 followers on YouTube or on Rumble,
cool.
which ain't bad. It's not bad. So
I have not figured out Rumble yet.
I always exaggerate it by a factor of 100,000. You have 750,000 followers on Rumble, and everyone should get with. Well, I mean, those are the real numbers as far as I'm concerned.
That's right. So you know what? So everybody, I'm going to be slowly moving over to Rumble because then I can really cut loose. And I don't have to worry about, getting dinged on YouTube for like certain videos or playing, just certain segments and certain news articles and whatnot, because I don't want to end up getting banned. But I'll try to build up the YouTube channel so at least I can get monetized there. But also on top of that, more importantly, get monetized even faster on Rumble, which everybody should be doing anyway. So
that's
there
right.
you go.
The partially struck episodes of Saving Star Trek can be seen in their entirety on Rumble. They don't have these rules.
That's right. The Mandalorian. So love that title. God, that's awesome. Yeah. So from all of us here on the panel to all of you out there, thank you very much. On Rumble, on my Rumble channel, if you want to go, please check that out as well. I'm going to be trying to do probably more live shows over there. I had a verb come up. It's half vomit, half burp. So
Is
yeah,
this
I'm
about
gonna be.
the Byzantine nature of how you go live there? Because I've had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I did kind of.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it's a little Byzantine. I got a quick trick for you. I'll tell you when we're off the air.
Oh, okay, good enough. Yeah, because I'll be trying to do maybe like a Manic Monday kind of thing, kind of similar to a Titillating Tuesday here on YouTube. So
That's cool.
And yeah, so I'll try to because you got to start on Monday somehow, some way.
The
So
Titan is right, by the way. The meth DeLorean.
yeah, that's right.
Pretty much.
So
It
So-
used to be the meth DeLorean, right? It was like
Yeah.
getting you off your Star Wars fucking addiction.
yeah, exactly. So from all of us here in the panel, thank you all of you for joining into the chat. Please follow us all on our respective channels and on Rumble as well, because it's more fun on Rumble. Like I said, because we can say and do more things. And so from all of us to all of you in the chat, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next week on another Titillating Tuesday. Enter the Geekosphere.
That's right.
Like and follow the Comic Relief Crusader, ladies and gentlemen, the People's Stream.
And also Pop Culture Republic and Admiralty as
Yes.
well.
Oh,
Thank you all. Thank you
But
all.
hit those like buttons right now. Come on, we have to do the best we
Hit
can
those
for this
like
great
buttons.
man. He's out
That's
here
right.
defending pop culture for all of us.
So see you guys. Catch you next
See ya.
week.
Later all.